Lizzie Vapes. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Tuesday and it's gonna be my drill with me. Are you excited? I can see the excitement in your eyes. Anyhow, I am going to, as you can see, I'm still working on the lantern. I'm almost finished. So I'm gonna do this section. I might be finished it by today. I don't know. And then, yeah, I'm gonna go back to the famous Victorious Moon and I'm gonna try to get that one out. So I'm just gonna finish this one and I'm gonna go back to the Victorious Moon because I just want to get it out of my hair. Basically, that's what it all boils down to. Anyway, I am going to get the Y's out because there's a lot of Y's and I can just plug away on the Y's while I chit chat to you guys. I survived the weekend shift at work. It was very cold because the door to the freezer warehouse was broken, so they had a tarp over it, but the freezer there is like minus 18 degrees Celsius. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit, but yeah, it was cold. It was making it more cold than usual in the packing hall, and I was frozen. I think it would take me about an hour to an hour and a half to de-thaw when I got home. So there was no diamond painting done all weekend long for me. So that was kind of sad, but it is what it is. So today I got a tag and it's a best friend tag. So I texted it to my friend to see if she would actually fill it out, and she did. So these are my best friend Mo's questions. Some of them, sometimes I think she thinks I'm a nymphomaniac with the way she answers some of these questions. But anyway, I am going to read out the question and her answer to the question. And some of them she got right. Some of them she did not get right. So we'll get on with it. She says, am I a morning person or a night person? So I don't have it on the right page. I had to write her questions down because I couldn't have both of them up at the same time. So she says I'm a morning person, and she is correct. I'm always up early in the morning. I am more of a morning person. I tend to fall asleep early at night. That's why I can never stay awake for people's lives at night. So she's right about that question. Am I a sarcastic person? She wrote sometimes. Now, I don't know what she means by that because I'm sometimes sarcastic to her, but I'm not sarcastic to everybody. Like, I might be sarcastic to her because she's my friend. And she's always sarcastic to me, but I think that's the only time that I'm ever sarcastic is maybe to her. Like, I'm not usually sarcastic to other people. If I think of something funny to say, then I might be a little bit sarcastic. But, am I afraid of clowns? She says yes. Yeah, maybe. When that thing was going around where the clowns were going around killing people, remember that? That kind of freaked me out. and I don't like the movie It or anything, so. But to look at a clown doesn't freak me out. But if there was like a real clown around me, it might freak me out. But if it's not like a kid's clown, you know, that makes those balloons and stuff, that wouldn't freak me out. But now clowns are kind of portrayed in horror films and stuff like the It, so it makes people more eerie. My daughter, Sarah, is deathly afraid of clowns. She always has been as a child. I remember one time we moved into this place we were renting, and in her room, the shade on her light fixture was a clown, and she freaked out. We had to take it down and replace it with a different one because she freaked right out. She did not want to sleep in that room with that clown. So yeah. Am I afraid of heights? She says yes, I am. Now, the next one she says is, am I afraid of spiders? She wrote yes, but I'm not. So that's one thing she does. And she should know this, that I'm not scared of spiders. The only thing, Gigi, enough. The only thing I am scared of, come lie down, are mice. And I think I've said this already on my weapon chats, that I am deathly afraid of mice. That I am. Gigi, come here. There's nothing here. There's nobody here. Come lie down. Am I good at accents? She says no, LOL. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not. So, next one. Are you single? She wrote yes, and it is true. I am single. I am not in a committed relationship. Let's just put it that way. Gigi, enough. Best way to get my attention. Now, she writes, put a hot guy in the room. LOL. So, I guess she thinks if there's a hot guy in the room, it will spark up my attention, which is probably true. It probably would spark up my attention. Can I have a one-night stand without making it feeling awkward? Yes. Yes, I can. Laugh my ass off. So, yeah, because I've had, I'm not proud to say it, but I have had one-night stands, and I have it, and I can make it not awkward. Back in my party days, when I was in my 20s, do I prefer to cook or eat out? She says eat out, and it's true. I do prefer to eat out than actually cook. I am not a bad cook. I just hate cooking, just for me and Alyssa. Seems like we waste a lot. And I don't know. There will be times where I'll get the spurt to like make lots of stuff, but I don't prefer to cook. Alyssa's a pretty good cook too. She helps me out a lot, especially when I work the 12-hour shifts. Sometimes she'll make dinner the days that I work, which is really cool. She's the only one of my kids that can actually cook at her age. Like, my daughter Sarah never had the interest in learning. My son Tyler never had the interest of learning either. They disliked it when it went in front of their face on the plate. As of Alyssa has taken the initiative to learn how to cook. So when she ventures off to college and stuff, I know that she will be fine on her own because she knows how to cook. And it took my daughter to move out, and then she would call me and ask me how to cook things. But now she knows how to cook too. So, and she has to cook for her and her boyfriend. So now she probably wishes she watched me cook and helped me cook like Alyssa does, but she never did. Next question. Do you believe in the afterlife? Mo thinks that I do believe in the afterlife, and I do believe in the afterlife, I hope. It's not much more that I believe in it. I hope there is an afterlife. That's what I want to believe. I don't want to believe that when we die, nothing happens. Like, I do want to believe that there is a spiritual world out there. Death scares me. It's one thing that has always scared me. And it's hard, especially when you have your mom, your dad, and your brother that have all passed away, and you wonder in your head, are they together? Or is there just nothing? Like, I'll be sad if there's just nothing. But I guess if I'm dead and there is nothing, then I guess that there's nothing to be sad about. I don't know. I'm just terrified of death. I always have been. Do you have a hobby I don't know about? And she wrote, no, just diamond painting, which is true. I don't really have any other hobbies other than diamond painting. And I don't think I would have a hobby that I would not tell my friend Mo. And the easiest way to poison me. What? And she did not answer that one. So, yeah, she didn't answer that one. So she probably doesn't want to poison me. That's what we're going to go with, okay? She does not want to poison me. Have you ever been in an accident? And she wrote, I've been in more than this accidents, but she wrote, she'll never let me live this down, okay? And she even wrote it wrong. She wrote, yes, I hit my best friend's husband's car right in their driveway. Laughed my ass off. Okay, I'm going to get the story straight. It was not in her driveway. He was parked at the end of my driveway. And I had to go to work. And I kind of turned the corner too soon, and I hit him. He wasn't in the driveway. He was at the end of my driveway. Like, parked in front of my grass. And I did not hit it once, but I hit it twice. Because I got all nervous because I hit him. But yeah, there was no damage really. Just a little dent. So I don't know what she's crying about. But I have been in other accidents. I actually, one time, oh my gosh, this was horrible. So, my ex-boyfriend, when I was going out with Jay, oh, I love Jay. He was such a nice boy. Anyways, I'm going off topic. So when I was dating Jay, his car, there was something wrong with his car. It was in the garage being repaired. And at this time, I don't think I had a car. But he borrowed his mom's brand new car. And then he wanted to go party. And he's like, and I wanted to go to bingo. Because back then I was really into bingo. This is like the 90s. Yeah, this is like mid-90s. And he's like, oh, just take my mom's car to bingo. So I went and picked up my sister because she decided she was going to go with me to the 10 o'clock bingo. And while we're at the lights, doesn't some lady turning left run right into me? And I was going straight, she was turning left, and she rams right into my side. Oh my God, I was devastated. And then she's like going to me, green means go. And I'm like, yeah, I had a green light too. You gotta wait for me to drive through before you turn on a green light. But anyway, she was at fault, not me. And I'm like going to the cop, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. This is my boyfriend's mom's car. I didn't know where the ownership or anything of it was because it wasn't my car. Yeah, and he's like, well, she shouldn't be mad. It wasn't your fault. And I'm like, oh. So I had to go back to the party where my boyfriend went. I didn't even go to bingo after that. And to tell him, because we had to go tell his parents that I smushed her car. That was horrible. That was the most horrible experience I ever had. And for the longest time after that, I didn't want to drive. I was like paranoid driving. I didn't want to drive my boyfriend's car because I was all paranoid. That one really freaked me out. But I've had then I had another accident where it was like a 4-car pileup. Someone hit the like 4th car behind me, and then it did like a chain effect, and I was the last one to get hit from all the other cars. We're all at a stop sign, and this guy was going way too fast and didn't stop for this. It wasn't a stop sign, it was a stoplight. And I was at the front of the stoplight, and all I remember is seeing this truck coming right at me, and I'm sitting there, and all I could do, I kind of like clenched the steering wheel, so I think that's what gave me whiplash, because I was all tensed up because I could see it coming and I had nowhere to go. So, and it was like a split of a second, you know what I mean? And then at another time where I was going to work, this happened both in the same year, with that darn Fiesta red car. Like, this is why I traded her in, because I swear she was a magnet. She was a magnet for accidents, this car. And I was driving to work, and it's actually by where the pink raspberry is right now, is where I got into the accident. At that funny corner there. If you ever come to Strathroy to the pink raspberry, you'll know what I'm talking about, because it's on a corner that's pretty funny, coming out from downtown. And I was going to work because my work is not too far from there. And I was pulling out, and apparently this lady from Michigan thought I was pulling into the turning lane, but I wasn't pulling into the turning lane. I was pulling into the other lane, and I sideswiped her. That one was my fault. I did get charged for that one. I had a $110 fine that I got, but this Michigan lady, she was not happy with me. And I'm like thinking to myself, what the heck is this Michigan lady doing even in Strathroy? Like, what the heck? But anyway, she's like, I just bought this car. And I'm like looking at her like, does it look like my car is not brand new? Because it is brand new. You know what I mean? Like, lady, my car is just as brand new as yours. Maybe even more brand new. But anyway, yeah. Those are my accidents that I have been in. So, needless to say, it's not too many, right? I don't know. I've never been in an accident with somebody else driving. Knock on wood, because I don't want to be. It was me. My dogs are like, oh, someone's at the door. No, Gigi, it was me. Okay, next question. Enough about my car accidents. Gigi, there is nothing here, buddy. Okay. How long have you been friends? Too long to say. Just kidding. 27 to 28 years, which is probably averagely true. That's probably how long I've known her. I'm thinking it's more like 24 years. But I'm not going to argue with her, but I think it's only been like 24 years. How many languages can I speak? She didn't answer that one either. I don't know what she means by that question, how she answered it. But I do speak 2 languages. I speak English and I speak Portuguese. Not very fluent Portuguese, but I know enough and I understand enough to make a conversation. My Portuguese is slowly dissipating because my parents aren't here anymore to speak to me in Portuguese. But if you are Portuguese and I see you in a store or something and you guys are talking, I know what you're talking about. So don't talk bad about me, because I know. I hate that. I hate that when people don't know that you know the language and then they start talking bad about you in front of you because they don't know that you know what they're saying. And Portuguese people are bad for that. I'm sorry to say, it is my nationality, but they are. At least here they are. And then the next question is, how many rooms and bathrooms are in your house? And she put, I have 1 bathroom, which is true. And she says there's 8 rooms in here. Is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is she saying that 8 is the basement? Basement has at least 3 rooms too, maybe 4. So yeah, she's pretty close. How many siblings do I have? She says 3, which is correct. I have my 2 sisters and I had my brother. How would you recognize me in a crowd if you can't see my face? I can only imagine what she's gonna say. Oh, by the way, I stand. And then she writes, haha, you stand like you have a pickle in your bum. She always says that to me. And you know why she says that? I have a bad back. I have had a bad back for a long time now. And it is true. I do stand funny when I have to stand for a long period of time. Sometimes I sway back and forth. But I do carry all my weight when I'm standing on my left side because my right side is bad. And it does make me look funny sometimes because of my back. Like, I'll tell you a story. One time I was going to therapy, like physiotherapy. This is why I don't like physiotherapy. Because I got hurt at work. This is when I worked at the pharmaceutical place. So I got hurt at work. So I was going to physio. And the guy basically was making fun of the way I walk. Because he'd tell me to walk in a straight line so he could look at how I walk. And he was like, kind of like talking to the other lady. Oh my God, you see the way she walks? Do you see this? Blah, blah, blah. Like, and then they like said to me, like, are you just walking like that because we're watching? And I'm like, no, this is the way I actually walk. And he made me feel so bad and so little. I didn't go back. And then, I don't know if you guys know or what you guys have in the States or any other country, but when you get hurt at work, you go through a compensation claim. So compensation was paying for my physio, and then they asked why I wasn't going back to physio, and I told them why, and they told me, well, go see if you can find somewhere else to go for physio instead of that place. So I did change physio places, and I went to this other place with this girl, and she was super nice, and she helped me out a lot. But that guy at that other place really hurt my feelings. Like, I literally cried in front of him, like, because he hurt my feelings. And I never went back to that place again, and I never will. Like, I won't go to that place. My doctor says go, like, because I go to the doctor's office. It's right in the clinic where I go to the doctor's office, and a lot of times he'll just refer you to that place, and I won't go. I'll tell him, nope, I'm not going there. Because I don't care who you are, but especially when you work in that field, you should be more compassionate towards people and not make fun of the way they walk. Now, I feel like I don't walk like that all the time. It's just when my back is hurting a lot. And where I work now is just as bad. My back hurts very much by the end of the shift. When I come home and get in the car, I can barely get into my car. And to get out of my car, to walk to the door, I look like an old person cripple walking to the house. Because that's how sore my back is by the time I leave my 12-hour shift. So yeah. Next question. If you could eat one thing every day, what would it be? She says cake. Which is probably true, because I do love cake. I do, especially birthday cake. I love me some birthday cake. It's my favorite. Of course, if I ate cake every day, I'd be an Oompa Loompa. So that is not in my daily, plus my diabetes would be through the roof if I ate cake every day. But when it comes to birthday parties, that's my favorite part about a birthday party or an event, is the cake. Because you know there's going to be cake. Have you ever gone to like a birthday party or something and you're like all excited for the cake, and then you see the cake is like, it's not like a store-bought good one. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Maybe you guys don't know what I mean, but yeah. And I don't like dry cake. Blech. It's gotta be nice and moist. If you were of the opposite sex, would I have a shot with you? She wrote maybe. What? No, I don't think so. She wrote maybe, laughed my ass off. Now I'm losing where I am. If I were a car, what brand would I be? And of course she knows me well. She wrote my Beetlebug, because that was my dream car. And it was lime green, and it was my favorite car. I love that car so much. It was ridiculous. My daughter Alyssa hated it, but I loved it. If I were a body part, which part would I be and why? This is terrible what she writes. Oh my, that's a loud question. Laugh my ass off. Definitely a vagina, because I love having sex. Laugh my ass off. That's what she wrote. That's what my friend wrote about me. Can you believe that? I think she thinks I'm a sex maniac. I don't know. I think she needs more loving in her life. I don't know. If I could go anywhere in the world on vacation, where would I go? She surely does not know me, because she writes Cuba, because your best friend is going to renew her vows there next year. No, that is not the place that I would want to go in the world. One place in the world I would want to go is not Cuba. It would be, I've always wanted to go to England. Always, 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 always. And that is where I'd want to go. So clearly she does not know me very well. You know, I can't go to England because I can't afford it, but I can afford to go to Cuba, right? It's not, they didn't ask me where I could afford to go. It's where I'd want to go, Mo. What is a deal breaker in a relationship? She writes, where am I at in minutes? She writes, cheaters and liars. Because the majority of my relationships have been where my boyfriend cheats on me and leaves me. Or I had one boyfriend that was a pathological liar. And I'd rather have a cheater than a pathological liar, because I tell you, this guy drove me nuts. And he stole from my kids and then lied about it and then tried to cover it up. And I kicked him out that day. And I don't know if I ever told this story, but my kids used to get money every year from their aunt and uncle on their dad's side, and they would always mail it to us in the mail, and it'd always be like, you know, a prepaid MasterCard. Well, this guy that I was dating at the time that was a pathological liar had no job at the time, so he was always broke. Well, a few days before this, we got in a huge fight because at this time I still smoked cigarettes. I wasn't vaping yet, and I would bitch at him saying, you know, I work and I have to come here. We're at the res because we used to buy our smokes at the reservation because it's cheaper than buying them at the store, especially when you have two people smoking. Everybody around here goes to the res for smokes. I don't think, well, unless you have a good job, you buy them from the variety stores and gas stations, but the majority of everybody goes to the res to get their smokes because they're cheaper. So, we're at the res and I was complaining about, he's like, oh, don't buy me any smokes. And I don't know if I did or if I didn't buy smokes. I don't remember. And, excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. I had a frog in my throat. Not really a frog. You know what I mean. Oh, I finished all the Y's. So I was talking about the story. So, anyway, it was Christmas time. And then I said to my kids, like, yeah, Christmas had already come and gone and it was almost New Year's. It was almost New Year's, and I said to my kids, boy, like, this is strange. Diana Craig never got you guys anything for Christmas. And they're like, yeah, it's weird. And I'm like, it was very strange to me. Well then, anyways, it was New Year's Eve, and I got paid on New Year's Eve, and he had my bank card in his jacket. So in the morning, he was still sleeping. I got up, because we lived together. He lived here, and I got up, and I wanted to go get some Timmy's. So I went through his coat to get my bank card, and don't I find these red prepaid MasterCards, 2 of them for $50 each. And I'm like looking at them dumbfounded, like, where did he get these? Because I know he worked on a car, and the lady gave him a $100 gift card, like prepaid MasterCard, but it was a $100 one and it was black. These ones were red and they were $50 ones. And like, he was home all day, so he could get the mail before any of us could. So I went out to the garage, because at the time we were smoking out in the garage. It was cold. He had the garage. There was a wood stove in there. There isn't anymore, but there was back then. And my friend came over, and I'm like, I was telling them what I think happened. He's still sleeping. I haven't confronted him yet. So I called their aunt and uncle, and I asked her, playing out, like, did you send the kids money this year in the mail? And she's like, yeah, Liz, I sent them 2 MasterCards, $50, like I always do. And I'm like, oh, what color were they? She's like, they were red ones. So right there, and then I knew he had taken them from my kids. So I was mad. I confronted him. He denied it, and I kicked him out. New Year's Eve. Took him all day to get out of here, but I got him out. And never looked back. So then after, he kept on bugging me, saying, oh, I'm sure this is all a mistake, blah, blah. So when he went to go stay with his friend, that year there was a lot of snow. So he went out snow blowing with his friends, and he made some extra money. Doesn't he go out and buy 2 $50 gift cards, the same ones? He mails them in an envelope, a Christmas envelope, and writes, it's from Gigi, Lola, no. Gigi's getting all mad. He writes on the card that it was from their aunt and uncle, which I know her writing. and I knew it wasn't her. So that even made me even more mad because he tried to pass it off as it was their cards, and I know it was not their cards. He was like, oh, you know, Canada Post is probably behind in the mail. It's probably still coming, blah, blah, blah. No. It wasn't coming from very far, first of all. So after that, they did not trust mailing the kids money in the mailbox anymore. But it's not like they could have trusted because I didn't have anybody else, another guy living here ever again. That was my last steady relationship that I kicked out. And I think I was only with them, to be honest, is I didn't want to be alone. And I kind of settled for being with him because I didn't want to be alone. And I don't ever want to settle again. I want to be with somebody that I want to be with. And I think that's why I'm still single. And I'm not with anybody. Every guy I like is not single. let's just put it out there like that. So he has bugged me, this boyfriend, for years and years, but just lately he's been living with another woman. He's been with this other woman pretty much, I'd say, maybe 6 months after we broke up. He started dating this girl. And he's been with her ever since, but he still tries to call me and stuff. And I finally let him have it and said, you know, you made your choice. You have a girlfriend. Leave me alone. Not that I wanted him back, because I don't. I miss having a man around the house to do things and help me. Yeah, sure. But to put up with that again, I'd rather be single. That's all I gotta say. Because there's nothing worse. And then he'd get mad when I'd catch him in a lie. And the only way, this is awful. The only way I knew he wasn't lying is if he told the story twice. Because if he told the story twice, then I knew it was true. Because how can you make up a lie twice? It's very highly impossible, right? Yeah, so I think I'm going to leave it at that question 25, and there's a lot more, and maybe I can do it in the next drill with me. I'm not sure how long this video is or how long I was talking because I have paused it a couple times. But another thing I want to say before I let you all go is there is a spooky DP-a-thon going on this weekend. I am participating in it. My slot is from 7:45 to 9:15 on Sunday morning. If you guys can, I will try to put the playlist down in the description below this video. There's going to be a lot of great creators out there on both Saturday and Sunday, and I highly hope all of you come and join us in all the fun. I am going to try to be in as many as I can because it is my weekend off, and I was super excited to begin with, even before I said I would do it. That the fact that I was actually off, because I usually work when you guys have the DP-a-thons, and it's hard for me to even stop by and say anything because I'm at work, and if it is, it's only a few words or pop in and pop out. But a lot of times in the lives, I'm there, and you guys see me pop in and say hi, but you never see me again. But I am still there. I'm just working and lurking. And that's okay if you just come and work and lurk. That's all right too, because that's what I do most of the time. But pop in and say hi to me, and I would be so tickle pink. Yes, I said it. Tickle Pink. And yeah, I just still don't know what kind of stories I'm going to tell. I got to do some research, people. Research. Because, you know, it can't be just, you know, we're having something. It has to have a flippin' theme. I have to pick a DP-a-thon that has a darn theme. So yeah, so that's going on. So I'm gonna let you guys all go. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And don't worry, I still love Mo, even though some of those questions, you haven't even heard the half of it. What she says later on. Sometimes I feel like, does she even know me? But anyway, I'll let you guys go. Take care, everyone. Till next time. Bye. Hey, everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you like, please subscribe to my channel. I'd be super tickle pink. And remember to hit that notification bell, and I'll let you know whenever I load up a video. And just have a great day, everyone. And I'll see you next time, okay? Bye.